Hi everyone, we are the Literary Gladiators, and we were tagged by Anna and Camilla from our bookish obsession to participate in the Would You Rather book tag. Both of them are magnificent booktubers. You should definitely check out their channel. They're so different from one another that their chemistry is spot on, and their individual videos are great as well.
I'm different.
Yes, we know. That's why
You're special.
That's why we have a great chemistry too.
That was like the best reaction I've ever seen you give to anybody about something. And I've known you a while.
I'll find out when we replay. But
I'll like take that one bit and I'll like
freeze it and zoom it in.
No, I'll like raise the volume. Like, listen to this.
Instead of getting one response, we're going to give you 5 responses. And the people joining us today are
Charlie,
Morgen,
Cynthia,
Ari,
and Josh. Alrighty then, Lainey. Where do we begin?
Would you rather only read trilogies or only read standalones?
Personally, I'd rather read a trilogy like Harry Potter because I'm always into what's going to happen next. What's going to happen
it's
next?
a little more than a
That's a
trilogy, though.
seven
That's
books.
We'll include series and trilogy, I guess, for the fairness.
For the purpose of this question, if you say trilogy, series is also acceptable, I suppose.
Oh,
So.
if that is acceptable, I would go with a trilogy.
Sorry to skew the question, but.
sorry.
God bless you.
I would definitely only pick standalones because there's so many that I would be missing if I could only read, series.
That is
would
true.
suck
I
so
was
bad.
thinking.
And you get stuck. You read one book, like, oh, it sucks. I have 2 more to go. So the problem when it's one book. So yeah, that's why.
and again, I think back a ways, and my favorite author at the time was Alexander Durrell, and it was Lawrence Durrell, and it was Alexandria Quartet, and I was just really into the books. So if I found another series of books that I enjoyed, maybe I'd go for several of the same.
Harry, the Hardy Boys. Nancy
Okay.
Drew, yeah.
Classics. Try to classics.
Classics.
Alright, so I definitely would choose standalones, and the main reason why is because when it comes to trilogies and series, like for instance Game of Thrones or Harry Potter, I feel that there are a lot of times too many characters to follow at once, and I have a very narrow view and my attention span to be able to follow all the characters. Usually in standalones, maybe not all standalones, but there are usually fewer characters and less storylines to follow. So I'm more of a standalone person, so that's what I would choose.
And
Yeah, I see you standing alone over there.
And I'm going to agree with Morgan and Ari. I prefer standalones over trilogies or series because a standalone, you just have to read that one work and not have to worry about the commitment that you may have to put into a series or a trilogy.
It's really a commitment.
And whether or not you're starting with the 4th book or you have to...
Just like in Star Wars.
With standalones, you can just jump right in. But at the same time, if you find a good trilogy or a series, then it really hooks you in, like the Alex Cross series. Or
Dark Tower sequel?
I got to get into the Dark Tower series.
And a lot of
I was more into
times-
Stephen King standalones myself, but
I think Stephen King does both. doesn't he?
I'll check it out.
He has a little bit of everything.
I have a few of them myself.
I know that Stephen King does standalones, but I think he has a few series as
Yes,
well.
He does. Dark Tower. He's doing much
Same
more
thing with R.L.
recently.
Stein. He had a bunch of series, but he also did a lot of standalones.
Oh, okay. The Goosebumps series is obviously.
Well, I was thinking of the Ghost of Fear Street series.
Thomas the
Not all
Tank
of them.
Engine.
But at the same time, something like Goosebumps is not. You could start at any point, and Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah, because they're all,
is-
even though they're in a series, they are all in fact standalone stories. And as a matter of fact, a lot of them aren't actually written by R.L. Stein. It just says that they are. He has like a bunch of secondary shadow writers.
Unless you're talking about
Or
Lillian
Ghost Riders, I'm
Jackson
sorry.
Braun's The Cat Who Mysteries, another series of favorites.
Slappy the Dummy still creeps me out.
I'm not a dummy.
What is our next question?
This one's gonna be tough. Only read female authors or male authors?
Ooh.
Female authors, duh, because
Duh.
Female. because
I've already read so many male authors, like why not just only read female authors? So let's like, yeah, female authors. That's it.
That's, I would just read either.
You can
That's
pick
not
one.
an option.
I can't just pick one.
That's a would you rather question.
Oh, I would rather. Yes, let's go for the radical feminist literary theorist. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
I think I would go with female authors because
I love it.
I noticed that in books with female authors that they tend to put more characterization in their stories, but the characterization is like it can be malleable. Like it could be like you can think of what you want the character to think rather than oh, this is what the character thinks and this is what I want you to think about this character. I think male authors tend to be more static about what they want their characters to be like. That's what I think.
Would you say dry?
Yeah, I guess it's like kind of a wet dry thing. Like make it more open to what their characters can do more than male characters. This is, believe it or not, I noticed this more in screenplays, which is still written more, so it counts. But more in screenplays than in actual books. But that's the best. That's what I'm gonna base this off of. So yeah, female writers for sure.
Majority of what I read is male authors, so my response would be male authors. I want to bring in a bit more variety, but you're asking me the question.
That's
I read the majority, most of my authors, or
and
most of
I
the
know you
authors
like
I read.
Stephen King, right?
Yeah, my favorite authors are male, so not to say I've read a lot of good female written books, but you wanted an answer, and here's
I'm with it's don't kill me. I'm with Josh. Male
Thanks,
authors only
Brigands, too.
because really I don't really know why. I just prefer male authors. I feel some of the books that I've read in the past they were written by male authors were short, sweet, and to the point. They didn't take all this time to describe one flower or something.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, that sounds
Really?
good.
Yeah, you read some Dostoevsky? Like,
What
oh.
was in the Dark Tower where Stephen King
Oh,
spent
I
a
did.
chapter talking about one shard of grass?
All right. Well, maybe.
Women was a man of
In The
soft
Grapes
advice.
of Wrath, John Steinbeck spent an entire chapter talking about a turtle on the road.
I don't think it's the
I like
fact that he's
turtles.
describing something. I think it's how he describes it.
Yeah.
That's different to the John
You find it
Steinbeck.
more, it's just more relatable for you personally, the way your mind processes.
Yeah.
Formatting.
You know.
hmm
Already.
All right.
Next
Alright.
question. Let's move on.
Would you rather shop at Barnes & Noble or shop at Amazon?
Already, Cynthia.
Barnes and Noble. I like to see those books in front of me. Then maybe open up the book, read the dust jacket, see what it says, and there's that visceral thing. So yeah, bookstore.
I shake your head.
The smell of the books.
Barnes and Noble
Yes.
for me as well. There was a later question that I'm going to bring this point up again because I read the list. I know that I am not entirely comfortable with you. I think that books should belong as books. I do not agree with the Kindle. I think that if you want to read a book, you should be reading it the way it was supposed to be written, like on pages and stuff. So when you go to Barnes & Noble, not only do you have the opportunity to get the solid books, but you also can just hang out there and read stuff without purchasing things, which is also very important in case you read. Usually I read about 40, 50 pages of a book before I decide whether I want the book or not. So I can sit there, but if I order it on Amazon, it's a hit or
That's
miss,
it.
really. Yeah. But Barnes & Noble for sure, for me.
Now, what if the book was only 40 to 45 pages? Would you still read it?
No, because then it's probably going to be in the kids section. Your turn.
Same here.
I think that Amazon is very reliable. Just about 90% of what I'm looking for, I can find on Amazon, if not more. Like, it would be a high 99.2%. But I agree that there's something very special about going to the bookstore, looking through the books, picking them up, reading about what they're about,
Magazines.
reading about what it is all about, running the pages under your nose. And
That's
then
very good, Josh. You think
Licking your
I'm
fingers so
different.
you can change the page.
One page smells like cheese.
Not that much.
Okay, maybe not that much, but still.
But
It's the atmosphere.
I
Right?
just
Yeah.
the experience of going to the bookstore, which unfortunately is beginning to dwindle down. There's
Yeah.
something so special
Yeah,
about
no,
that.
I
Border
agree.
closed about 5-6 years ago.
4 years.
Although-
2011.
On a side note, Barnes & Noble will happily order any specialty books you want if you still want to get that browsing experience
Yeah.
and the particular selection that you desire.
They are very good as well. And not just Barnes and Noble, but just any
bookstore.
bookstore. Yeah.
Walden Books.
There's some in the mall.
Walden Books.
I know.
Many of them.
Some in the airport.
Charles?
For me, I'm gonna go with Amazon. Just kidding. No. First of all, I would go with obviously with Barnes and Noble because obviously, first of all, they have a cafe and they have a kids section. Now,
Yeah, like
Amazon
Thomas
also
the
has a
Tank
kids
Engine.
section.
I'm
He
playing.
was,
I'm
he,
playing
was
with
he spent about 15 minutes playing with Thomas the Tank Engine.
I love
He's
that.
upset
Only
with
15
it.
minutes?
No, probably more than that. I read about half of an Agatha Christie book, so that means it must have been about that amount of time. That's when you left.
Well, I
home.
was trying to play, but no. In all seriousness, all joking aside, going out to a bookstore, you meet new people.
By the way, guys, read Agatha Christie. She's awesome.
Yeah, she is. You're meeting new people. You find people with the same interest. For me, it would be drums, golf. I do play golf. If you don't, for those of you that don't know, don't play it in a rainstorm. I haven't got, it's just bad, but still, they also have magazines. They have books, and they also have learning activities for kids. They have
Board games.
board games. They have stuffed animals. Beanie Babies. I think some have a Beanie Baby collection. I could be wrong, but the one I went to had a little Beanie Baby collection. And it's just going out, making the day of it. Get the kids in the car. I'm not having kids because of too many injuries, but make it a family day. Instead of saying, hey, we're gonna go to the water park, but then no, take obviously you can go to the water park every now and then, but
Take time to go to your bookstore.
go to your local bookstore. Support your bookstore.
Just make sure if you go to your bookstore that you count the shadows.
Mm.
Because that's a Doctor Who reference, and I don't like being the only Doctor Who person
Yeah,
at this table.
wow. Sorry.
I'm
Oh,
a-
you got it? Okay.
Doctor
I'm
Who.
They
technic-
did not get it.
Doctor Who.
These people.
Anyway,
Okay, so obviously I'm gonna pick the bookstore, but in defense of Amazon,
clean sweep.
it's fabulous to lay in your bed and browse, but Barnes and Noble is a magical place, and bookstores, it just feels good. You walk in, you can spend like 3 hours there, like bring a date. Ah,
I feel like there's a book smell too.
yeah, it's great.
And like I said, hands-on activities for the kids. There's also
And adults too.
Oh, yeah.
If you're
And they
Charlie.
have cookies and brownies and
So I was able to go to Barnes and Noble last week after our session, and I read about a quarter to 1/3 of Agatha Christie's Death in the Clouds, and actually went back there 2 days later without purchasing the book and finished reading it. So you don't need to purchase the book.
Or you
but-
should purchase them so Amazon doesn't take over the book industry.
That's true. Though I do purchase some books, but that particular book I didn't because I'd already started reading it.
Yeah, definitely
I bought a different book that day.
show support for whatever bookstore is in your area, the closest one you can get to, or branch out to.
Yeah, always go to
Anytime
like
you find a
secondhand.
bookstore, go in and have a good time.
Secondhand stores, you never know what you'll find.
Yes,
Yeah,
a thrift
definitely.
store, dollar books. Oh, do
I
it.
went to one of
Get a sweater for like
Get-
50 cents. Just get it all.
get some quiche. Even though I don't like quiche.
In the thrift store?
Quiche.
Used
Give Keisha a chance.
Do we want to move to the next question?
I think we probably should. Would you rather read all books that are made into movies or all books that are made into TV shows? Or have been made, I should say.
Could you repeat that? I didn't quite get that.
Would you
Yeah.
rather that books be made into movies or into TV shows?
Be pretty sweet if a cookbook could be made into a movie.
Unfortunately, I
Actually-
don't know yet, so I'd rather you go first. I know
Okay.
it's my turn, but
I would
I'll
say
think
a TV show on the contingency that it's a miniseries, because the miniseries can stretch out as long as it needs to, and be able to include just about anything that it needs to include. Movies have proven, I wouldn't say all of them because there were very good book-to-movie adaptations, but a lot of them have their own cookie cutout.
I love cookies.
Especially the box office movies. They are looking for their own things that they want to include so that they attract people and make millions of dollars. Granted, the TV series is doing somewhat of the same thing, but I think that you could do more with it and be true to the TV series as well.
I think I have my answer now already. I would have to say that I would rather a book be turned into a movie because I tend to enjoy the pacing of movies. Usually movies are about an hour and a half, 2 hours, maybe 3 hours in like Lord of the Rings or something. But you can fit more pacing without having to wait like a few days to see it again. I'm not a big fan of cliffhangers, especially since 99% of cliffhangers in shows are usually just because they run out of time to produce the show. But I think that turning into movies is great. I think, like we mentioned, we're going to be talking about Phantom Tollbooth coming up, and that was turned into a movie, and it was a really good movie. Stuart Little is another example of a movie I really like. It was originally a book.
Yeah, they made it more modern though.
Yeah, I think that it's
also a video
easier.
game.
It's easier to make a movie
Stuart Little.
than a TV show because I mean I'm an RTF major, radio, television, film, and I think in those classes I'm in the film industry it's a little easier than the TV industry, less time constraints and stuff. What do you try to think?
For me, well, since this is would you rather, I'm gonna have to go with, you know, I would want to see what's in the book. I want to see what they took out in the film, you know. And plus, you can go to date, you know, you take your significant other. For me, it would be my drum set, so we kind of admit that, but you know, go out.
You can get a free free pass. You don't have to pay.
Yeah, but you know, and they have the arcade games, some movie theaters, race car. But no,
They used to have that at the AMC before they.
yeah, and you get popcorn. You can't get popcorn out of a book. You get popcorn candy. Of course, they jack up.
Unless it's an audio book.
You can buy popcorn while you read the book.
Yeah, for a way cheaper price when you think about it. Like, who doesn't love a TV dinner date? Like, that's so comfy. You just sit on your couch.
Popcorn at the movies is about
Fortune.
$6.
Yeah.
It's probably
It's worth the fake butter.
I can feel like
$5 for a large soda. It's a magnificent soda, and it's going to put you in the bathroom, but
Yeah.
it'll. But
They're
it's
not that clean.
He's like, it's $6 for a popcorn. I said it's $6 and 6 pounds.
Anyway, like I said, going to the movies is you know, it's also a pastime. Back in the old days, ask mom and dad, grandma and grandpa, they would go to the drive-in and they'd have their, you know, they'd have popcorn, soda, chips, their significant other. Some people were not there for a movie, but you know, it's also a great thing to do on a rainy day. Go out and watch the movie, but a lot of fun.
I would prefer all books to be made into movies because I feel like a movie is a better venue for expressing something that's.
And there's also music. There's music.
Yeah, yes. Books like literature is really artistic and beautiful, and I feel like the movie screen is a great place for that. And movies are approached as art, I feel like, more than TV shows. Like, that's not like art.
The Jersey
Arguably.
Shore.
Yeah, so movies.
And now cut to commercial break on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta watch Masterpiece Theater, no commercials.
I love Masterpiece Theater.
Yeah,
I like
that's
chicken.
special.
Like the mystery one's the best.
Already, Cynthia?
Okay, and just having finished reading Wild About a Girl, a true story who hiked the Pacific Crest Trail about 1,000 miles on her own. I can't see how it could be played out again and again on TV, but for a movie it would be just perfect. So I would go for a movie.
I
Makes
just,
a good
I just
point
thought
on-
about this. I think in general, if it's a non-fiction book we're talking about, I think then it would be better as a movie. I think fiction can be done either way.
I'm the odd man out, but.
I thought I was the odd
You're the lone wolf. You gotta howl.
Oh,
You gotta howl. You gotta howl like Allen Ginsberg.
Wow, like me.
we saw the best lines of our time.
You gotta do it. They do it on NFL films. You gotta do it.
You mean,
You're the lone wolf. You
Peer
gotta
pressure.
howl.
Do it, do it,
Come
do
on, man.
it,
You
do
got
it.
Ow!
Come on. Yeah.
Okay, Hannah, would you rather be able to read only 5 pages a day or 5 books a week?
5 books a week.
Do we have a consensus?
Who
Five books,
who
5
wants to say
pages.
5 pages a day?
Lazy people.
You're done.
Get out. Get off the
Have a
pillow.
great day.
Dog
No, but I'm
This is literary gladiator. You love to read.
Yes,
on the
I
show.
know we like to read, but the problem
Sometimes
is,
slow and steady wins the race. That's maybe
I'm-
his mentality.
I'll make my argument because I know that a lot of people are mad at me right now. I'm not going to clown. I love reading. The problem is that I have a very bad attention span, so I cannot
There's a
read.
squirrel over there.
Cannot read too
not a
many too much stuff. I can't do anything too much at once. I love reading though. Like there are very few books that I have read all the way through in one day. Maybe not 5 pages. That's a low number, but maybe 20 pages a day, or was it a week? And make that 100 pages a week. That's not 5 books though. I could never read 5 books in a week. It's just because, and that actually is why.
It does take time, but
Well, here's what I do. On June 16th every year, I read a little bit of Ulysses because that's the day that Ulysses takes place by James Joyce. And so, because then it lasts me for
That's so
who knows
cute.
how long.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
Like, go to a
getting
dog
through
bee.
that. Ulysses is a challenge.
It's very interesting and it is a challenge for sure.
So viewers, please do not kill me. It's just that I can read. I only have the attention span to read about 1 book a week, not 5.
Was there anybody that wanted to make a comment, or do we think that
Let me do one more.
the thing is spoken? Or
Let me do one more. Friends.
It has been spoken. Are we all good?
Take this.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm the lone wolf. Now I'm good.
Great job.
All right, guys. All right. Okay, panel. Would you rather be a professional author or a reviewer?
Charlie.
I know
That's
you're
my turn. Okay. I'd rather be an author, professional author. You know, I like to think. I'm very I like to use my brain a lot. Sometimes I don't use it for. Anyway, I like to explore a lot. You know, there's a lot out there to, write about. There's a pool table over there, and I can just write how it comes to life and how it has. That's a bad joke. I don't think I should say that, but I'd rather be a professional author. I make lots of money, and I can also use that money to also fund other projects as well.
Chances of making a lot of money being an author are slim.
Well, yeah, true. But look at J.K.
He has
Rowling.
high hopes.
I do have high hopes, and I also have a high blood sugar count right now because this Snapple is delicious. But I can also
Are we
write
allowed to
books.
advertise on the show?
Yeah, we're gonna have to blur that out.
Maybe we'll get sponsored by Snapple.
We should.
Literally, sponsored by Snap.
Charlie and his raspberry Snapple, you'll see that frequently.
Yeah,
If it's allowed. Anyway.
Morgan.
I don't even remember what the question was. What was the question?
Would you rather be an author
Oh, yeah.
or a reviewer?
I think it would be so fun to be a reviewer. That'd be super fun. To be a professional reviewer.
You
Just
can-
read and write about it.
You can tear apart what I write.
Yeah.
The sky is yellow.
Wrong.
Only near.
Not in my world. And the sun is blue.
Acid
Yeah.
rain.
That'd be really cool.
And though I'm in awe of reviewers, I enjoy the New York Times book review. It's wonderful. Some of these reviewers, they're just fabulous. But no, if it was just me, I would be an author. And I would take the hits.
Yeah, I think I would also be an author. I think that I have the kind of mind where it's like you can put imagination, you can just slap it on the page, and you can really, like Charles said, you can do basically whatever you want. I mean, like Charles said, you could just take that pool table, it's like the pool table attacks the world, that could be your story. It
The
doesn't
pool
even-
table attacks the world.
Yeah,
That
and the billiard stick starts stabbing people. Okay, that's it. But yeah, I would rather be the reason I wouldn't want to be a reviewer though is just it's a little. I mean, writing is a commitment, but reviewer is a commitment to multiple things. Like different books, you have to do like a different thing each time. But with writing, you can stick to your story, and then when it's finished, take a break for like a day, and then write some more. So I just think I'd be a little bit more happy. It also gets you, even if you don't have the money, you don't get the money or the fame from the book, you do it because you enjoy writing.
And if you're lucky, it could be a movie. And then you'll
Someone
get
who
money.
enjoys writing is going
Yeah,
to
look at
like
J.K.
the
Rowling.
author, and anyone who enjoys reading is going to like the reviewer.
You have to write a book called The Pool Table Attacks the World. That's like the greatest sentence I ever heard.
Good idea. I'm actually a reviewer. I write reviews on my blog, Caponomics. but you're the lone wolf on this one, Morgan.
Hmm.
I'd rather be an author. That's my greatest goal in life, is to write horror and speculative fiction. I have a short story published in an anthology, the Speculations from New Jersey. I wrote about a trip to the dentist gone wrong, and
I've had that already.
the story's called
Me too.
TDT. And I'll leave a link to the anthology if you're interested in checking it out. A second edition should be coming out very soon.
So Morgan's the lone
More of
wolf.
that.
Gotta do.
Ah!
That was terrible.
Clearing my throat.
Oh, okay.
For a great performance.
All right.
I think you should end it.
We have a second part to this video where we are going to answer the rest of the questions.
Yay!
Don't go anywhere.
And
Stay tuned.
I won't be here next time, so it's nice being with you guys today.
Thank you, Ari.
And I'll see you whenever I'm next on.
Already. Thank you for stopping by.
All right.
Can I have one now?
And everybody keep reading.